Hello, hello, my friends, once again. Welsh Jenny, get those snacks, get cozy. So glad you're here. How we all doing? Sorry, I was a little bit late there. Just trying to get everything squared away a little bit. I was so delaying because I thought maybe I would get through my dryer buzzing. I don't think you guys actually hear it, but it's loud and annoying. And we got one more little bit to go. Two more beeps, but I'm not going to go do anything about them. Actually, you know what? I will, because I got to step away for just a second. Let's get the world loaded, and then we'll all get caught up, talk about what we're going to do today, and go from there. Oh, let's go. I think we're at the farm, right? For a day and a half. Yeah, all right, everything's good. Let's just not look up in case a creeper or an enderman comes along. Should be good. We'll be right back in just a second. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. Got the dryer off, though. All good. Hopefully the clothes are dry. It was that jeans load that I've been putting off for literally weeks, because I'm definitely on board. You know, one of them, it's probably Levi's, right? Ran a commercial a few years back, like, oh, care about the world, save the world, only wash your jeans when you need to. Well, I'm kind of about that with outer layers and stuff. I definitely try to get a few runs in before I just jump to wash stuff just for the sake of washing it. Underwear and all that, yeah, wash it all the time. Let's go, guys. Yeah, some of those heavy outer layer things. So this was a lot of like long accumulated stuff. I still had fan like hockey sweater things from when Colorado was still playing hockey that had just been sitting in a pile. So all that kind of stuff was getting washed. Now you know the here inappropriate laundry status of my life. Yeah, I got the pre-chat there, Jenny. It was in there. I had it up too. I got pulled away for just a moment before I had the game up. Everything was ready to go, and then I just got sidetracked and delayed. So sorry about that. All right, we got some extra levels, so let's catch up a little bit. For me as much as for you guys. So 2 days ago, I'm gonna probably say yesterday a lot. It was last stream, right? Over just beyond this island, just out of sight from here, is where we are building our drowned farm. And before we have any issues, let's go ahead and swap this out. So we built the base, we built the portal. In fact, we can just hop over there because it's so close and convenient, right? Oh, I don't. We got to get those slabs. You know what? Here, let's start this off right. I think we still have a bunch of these slabs stored. And I don't want to have to change my boots every time I go to the portal. So, it'll be a little bit longer trip. So, yeah, get the good snacks. We're right here. Oh, dude. Okay, well, we've got... I want to do 2. This will probably make way... Let's do that and that. Don't we have a stone cutter here still? These are just the slabs, I believe, because I don't even know that we had one of those when we started. Hope those match. So yeah, let's see. So I know Omni and some of his guys, I got to drop in. They rightly guessed. But I was very well behaved. I was very non-party habage when I came in. But Saturday had been my long anticipated, probably only concert of the summer at Red Rocks, and I have raved about the venue too many times. So I won't do. I'll spare you guys all that, but the important takeaway from my perspective is I got to go and it was awesome. It wasn't like the traditional awesome. It was overcast and cool and rain, threatening rain until somewhere into the second set, and then it went from sprinkle to just full on downpour. The good news was that it had been so well hyped by the weather people and all that we were gonna have a big kind of rainy weekend, that I think everybody there was well prepared for it, and everybody had a great time. It was very cool. So that was an absolute blast. We got there there was a little sad story in it. My buddy, who was kind enough to be like, yeah, I'll drive everybody, I don't mind. He is undergoing home project stuff, right? Like bought a house with his now wife. This is the wedding friend, and they, if that hadn't been enough stress, they'd also started renovating their house. Pretty much kicking off. They'd been like looking at it and all that before, but kicking off right after their wedding. Oh my God. We don't have a gold helmet on, so he is not our friend. We'll just go ahead and take care of that before anything really bad happens. Now, I hope we should be protected there, but I don't want anything that looks, I hope, better. We don't want anything coming in to visit us down here. We are still short. It's crazy. All right, well, let's get some of this done. I guess we need to make a railing of a sort along there, too. So yeah, this is a little better. We found when we tried to just quickly do work on this ceiling to lift it up that it requires filling in all of that. So someday we'll do a full project, but we got other stuff to do today. So yeah, we'll finish filling that out. We'll go into the farm. At that point, it should be light out. We can kind of take a look, but basically we're way short of the supplies we're going to need to get it fully built. And fingers crossed, I'm still very excited and confident about building this farm. It's not one it's like two different farms that I haven't seen combined, and I'm hoping will work when we do it. I don't know any of that for certain, but that adds a bit of, like, who knows? This could be great. It could be a disaster. So exciting for me, but here you can see we've got black concrete, we got the odds and ends, and then we have gray concrete. But from here, we've got 16 stacks of gray and only, 12 stacks of black. And those are kind of our boring, drab stuff. So why did we come all the way back through? All we needed to do was go get stuff, right? I'm not forgetting anything, am I? Wouldn't rule it out. So anyway, yeah, the weekend was amazing. It was miserable kind of weather-wise, but not so bad. Like the Saturday, the day of the show and everything, it was very, very rainy during the midday, and if it had continued, it probably would have been pretty, it would have been that, let's just wait, and then go in last minute and see how it goes. but it ended up clearing. My buddy who is in the middle of the. I'm gonna kick myself in the head. Come on, Habbage. What are you doing, man? Um, every time I start telling the story, I go right past that box. Um, so before we ever leave, we're supposed to go like mid-afternoon. Gate doors to the venue open at 6:30. We're gonna try to get there like around 4, and we've got bratwurst sandwiches, bratwurst hot doggy like things to grill up, and chips and snickerdoodle cookies and a few beers, a few sodas, all that kind of stuff to go enjoy. And that's part of the fun of this venue. It's not like a stadium parking lot in the middle of a city. It's on the side of the foothills of the mountains with these awesome sandstone formations all around. And most everybody tries to get there early and have a little, it's kind of like a sports tailgate or whatever. You're hanging out, you're grilling, somebody's always playing music of whoever's going to be there, and it's just a great time. And we were lucky; it didn't rain at all while we were there doing the grilling. We were like, "Oh yeah, do we even bother to get the chairs out? All that kind of stuff." It's if it just starts raining, we're going to be doing it back up. But then lots of layering up in rain pants and jackets, or at least having them all with us, because of course security bag policy and all that. It's a little tougher, but we, got all set up, headed in, and the music was great. I will always say this is a band that's called Joe Russo's Almost Dead, or J-Rad. Don't know that they go very international, but they are basically a Grateful Dead cover band. Is pretty much all they do. And the drummer, while never an original member of the band, did play in one of the Grateful Dead's like side band, kind of things after. I don't know. He was a drummer for Further, for folks who know, and that was Phil Lesh's kind of side band. And so he's got a very very good drummer, and has assembled some great musicians. And hey, Israel is cool. How you been, man? I need to sorry for being for 2 secs by. Hey, no, I'm glad he got here. hope that's all a good thing. So here we go. Here's our base. Here's our floor that we can see from below. We did clean up the scaffolding that went down to the base down there. Why did I miss a spot? Huh. Not that matters too much. But again, what we're going to do here, just so that everybody kind of gets a feel, this will be our scene, kind of like the Creeper Farm. This is our chill out. 28 blocks above, we're going to make a big 2-sided rectangular box. So on this line and all the way around the outside, we will have a box that will basically have an interior of 7 and then this wall. And water is going to flow across the top to push down into a 2-wide water chamber. So we got blocks all the way up here with water flowing over the top, and water filling all of the dark room area that we would have had in the Creeper Farm, with bubble columns that will hopefully spawn mobs and send them upwards. That's the idea. It may all not work, but we're going to give it a shot. Hope for the best. So drown shoot up. They get to the top. The surface water is flowing to the middle like it does with our skeletons, pushes them into the middle. We're going to have 2 chambers of water go into the middle, right? So to these 2, and then these 4 will be a straight down drop and chop processing center for Drowned. And Drowned are getting us tridents. Now, we did get a trident the other day, which was very exciting. and I'm excited to use that as well. But I don't want to get too distracted with it just yet. While we're still, before I totally lose track of making this farm and seeing if we can get it to work and how good it could potentially be. So that's the goal at the moment. Now that we've bopped around a little bit, I feel pretty good. So what we need to do is get a bunch more squid ink, and take a look at what we actually have for sand and gravel. I think sand is going to be the better of the two as far as surplus, but we'll have to take a look, and we may well have to go get more gravel and sand before we're done. I think now that we have our pallet established, let's clean these guys up. We also need to keep working here, right, to make those red bricks. We need to keep harvesting the ore. So that was the light gray concrete. It can just, oh man, now I got extras of all these. It's not one thing, it's another, right? So here. I don't know why I make it so hard. I'm like always like, which way do I need to go? All right. So now we need to check what we actually were going to check. The sand, the gravel, and the non-existent squid inks. Actually, I take that back. We might actually have a couple squid inks. So I think I had some left over. Look at that. So we've used quite a bit there. Oh, that's good. That's not so much. All right. Well, we can you can see what we pulled out of for the past couple batches. So I hate to say it for my own sake, but I'm pretty much thinking we need this much gravel, and for every, well, I don't have to grind all the numbers out, but basically we need a stack of black dye, which is squid ink sacs, for every 4 of these. Oh man, I'm not even thinking the. Okay, well that's still fair though. So it would be a stack, a stack, a stack, and a stack to make all of those into black concrete. And then here you combine a stack of black and a stack of white to make gray. And so you basically got a stack of squid ink there to get all of those 8 and another one there. So we basically need 6 full stacks by my count to get to that kind of level. And I think we've got no problem. Yeah, plenty of sand. So thankfully we don't have to go on an extended trip, go find a desert, dig up sand. All we got to do is hunt squid. And this time around, I think we're actually going to do the same area, because at least we get some wart growth in there. And it's actually a little bit too bad that we need real squid, not glow squid, because if we were to do that in the flooded cavern, we'd be even closer, and all those would be loaded all the time. But we'll be able to get some more turtle scroots. We can bring our seagrass to bear. We can continue to harvest sugarcane as we go, but probably it took us like half a stream to gather the squid ink, and then choppy chop chop. I'm sorry. Well, pick the concrete in the water outside. So this could be what we're looking at for a little bit, but that's awesome. It gets us a chance to hang out. Gets a chance for people like Israel is cool to drop in and say what's up. Good to see Israel. It's been a minute. Shout out in the moment because it is very clear that the boost we got kind of through the last month in from YouTube promoting stuff, whatever. Yeah, we're back down to the core. We're not getting a bunch of drive-bys over on the YouTube side. So big shout out to everybody that followed the Twitter in the last 24 hours or so. I don't know what, it's a lot of those kind of like art related accounts. So I presume we may have a few more folks dropping in to offer us their services in terms of I want to park the boat where we are not going to hit a turtle when I break it. Okay. And then right to business. Do I have the wrong sword? How are you? What's going on, dude? You should be one shot. That's a sharp sword. All right. Keep trying. Turtles, how we doing? All right, stay away from the squid. So parts of the tricks here are going to be getting staying up through the night, right? Which was no problem, right? But that's going to allow more and more of these eggs to hatch, and we'll let them go for a bit. If we stay in this area, though, the baby turtles will do their thing, and we should get more of the scoots as we go through. So we will get the delight of swimming with all our new turtle friends. How you doing? Oh, you look so good. I thought I was looking you in the eye, but it was your nostrils. I'm sorry. Are there nostrils and a beak? It looks like Sugar's ready to go, so we can go run that. For those of you guys that had this content, what was that? Was that just Saturday that we were doing that? And then, yeah, I think we went and built all in the same stream. So a little bit more back-to-back than I intended. And I apologize for that because I know it's not the most gripping of stuff. But, hey, it's what we do when we're going to build new and cool stuff, I hope. And again, as Minecraft often does, as we were laying out the farm, we happened to get attacked by a trident-wielding drown, and he gave us a trident. So kind of the main purpose for this farm is already done, but spare tridents are very important, as I showed when we almost threw our brand-new trident into the lava while we were walking along the path in the nether. It's easy to accidentally either put them into lava or into the void. Why it's stored away for now. Do that. Flex! What's up, Flexi? Flex Godzi? How you been? That logo's still looking strong, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Oh, there's some ink we missed. A couple inks we missed. Good, man. It's great to hear. We, personally, doing very well. It's one of those days, and I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of it. But when you know, oh, there's a baby turtle. When you know you got folks that are going through some stuff and it's tough, you feel for them. You want to be there for them and let them know how supported they are. You can't help but have a little bit of a heavy heart, even though isn't necessarily anything that's affecting you directly. It does, it does by extension. So some of that stuff happens. That's life. And through it, through one another, we'll get through all that kind of stuff. We always do, right? And it's unfortunate that the longer you go, the more opportunities you're going to have to learn those kinds of things. Doesn't make it any easier to get through in the moment. So, bit of that. But man, as far as Minecraft goes, we're doing so good. Although we almost lost the world in the last stream. I didn't know you had to hit space to glide with your wings. So I had my wings on. I'm doing a high build, and I fell off the edge of the scaffold or the platform, whatever we were working on. I was like, oh, it's no big deal. I got my wings on. I'll just point, glide out, and I'm like doing this as I'm falling. Like, okay, let's just glide up and slow down. Nope. Burned right into the ground and popped our totem. And it got us our advancement. It's the one that I really would have preferred to get last, right? The best thing you can possibly do is get the post-mortal, which is you used a totem, you didn't lose your world in hardcore or in survival mode. All right, in survival mode you wouldn't lose the world, but we used it a bit early, as is often the case. So we're down to 2. That also makes us think we might need to do some raids at some point, but that's still a ways down on the list. Hopefully we can kind of remain with our 2. I've got 1 and I've got a spare in the box. Hopefully we'll keep those safe and not use them with any regularity. But at the moment we are squid hunting and saying hi to our turtles. And we'll get out once these eggs have hatched. They only hatch at night, but once they do, we'll start feeding all of our turtles around us while we're doing the hunt for squid, and see if we can get a few more. There's one, just one. They're like Endermen. They can spawn in groups of up to, is it up to 8? 4 is pretty darn common, but I think they can go higher than that. Can't say I'm really up on my squid spawn mechanics, but there's a group. Da-da, da-da. Let's get one before we have to go for air. Oh, or what the heck? Let's get them all. Come on. Got 1 ink up here. Get some air. Oh, look at those green fish. Those are cool colored. Green and blue. They're very, very water camo. Thought that was going to be the entrance to a river. So another advantage we get here is if we go through the little salmon river section, right? For anybody thinking that this is tedious, remember when we had to get like 2 stacks of salmon with an iron sword or whatever we were using? That was pretty bad. But here we're right up at the edge of the farm up here. So we keep all that loaded, and we're keeping the basement chunks loaded where our nether wart is growing for building blocks. So. So Vlex, I'm not sure if you're still hanging or just lurking or anything, but appreciate having you here. What I haven't seen you live to drop in. What games you been playing of late? Anything new or good? I dropped in on Omni on Saturday, and he was just starting Baldur's Gate, which is an old game, and like filling out his character sheets. And this was after the concert, and I was totally enjoying him watching and build up his thing. But it was like after midnight, going on 1 a.m. my time, and I was like, I gotta go to bed. And then I caught him again last night when I didn't realize I'd left his channel open, which was whoa. I thought you were a turtle, sir. Go away. But I remember I'm very much of that kind of Baldur's Gate era, and it's one like somebody in his chat's like, you got to read the PDF or the user guide, and he's like, wait a minute, this is like a PDF, and it was like 150 pages in the PDF. He's like, wait a minute, dude, I just want to start the game. We'll figure it out. So I didn't get to see if he got into it deep enough to enjoy it. I never played it specifically, but it was of that kind of like D&D spawned adventure game from back in the day that was so good at the time. We'll see if we can catch, or not catch literally, but spot some of these eggs popping baby turtles. Pretty good. We did a bunch of turtle farming a few days earlier on this coast. Got all these eggs set up because we're gonna hopefully use the eggs to make the drown move even faster. So it's not even completely dependent on the water. They just want to go in the direction we want them to head. We'll see how well that works. And wonder if we're ever going to see another squid. You get away from my turtle, or turtle, get away from the drowned. I don't know how to keep you safe. Look at him backing right into him. I gotta take damage for the turtle team. COD, Apex, and Fortnite. Nice. And then I saw last night Omni had gone on to Sims 4, which I played some Sim City, one of the Sim City versions, back in the day. I never got into The Sims, but I know he and some of his chat go way back in the Sims community. This is awful. Where are all the squiddies? And the baby turtles. There's some. Even when I'm hunting for them, it's so easy to just overlook because I've spent years trying not to run into the squid in boats. I thought I had more over here, but maybe it was just the fish. Also, Jenny and other fans of Hitchhiker's Guide, I actually went back, the movie popped for me in one of, I don't know, Prime, Netflix, something. So I actually watched Hitchhiker's Guide, the movie, which I don't think I'd seen in a long time. I listened to the audiobook right before making these last few worlds, but I now get the whole thanks for all the fish. Whoever been dropping that in my chat. I was like, and I think somebody might have mentioned it, but it makes so much more sense now. If I had to guess between the two, I'd say it was probably Prime. Sorry, but it was on one or the other of them. Pretty sure it was Prime though. Those are my two, and I kind of switch back and forth between them. So I'd finished Sweet Tooth on Netflix, and then had kind of gotten back over to Prime, just seeing what they, kind of find something over there to work through. One of the nights I was tossing and turning. I think it was the Friday night into Saturday. I was like, all right, go to sleep. Get good sleep. And didn't work out as planned. And then I was like, oh, look at this. And then I, like 2 hours, like, oh yeah, that's a good movie to try to fall asleep to. No. I was very engaged. It was awesome. But I'd forgotten about the opening sequence of the dolphins. Lots of drowned. No. Only a few squid. No! Oh my gosh, I've been distracted. Come over here to me. They will try to step on the eggs. I guess we're back to turtle talk again. Yeah, the zombies will come out of here and stomp on the eggs and just crush them because they're jerks. Oh, and then you light me on fire with my own fire? All right, babies. Hatch away. Look at them all. Oh, you... Come on, dude. Right in your head. Yeah. Jenny, yep. Don't think about anything. Wait, I think I... Oh. Oh. All right, I think we're pretty good there. This is about the time when we got to kind of listen, because usually you'll hear like a little crackle. Maybe like that, but now I saw the squid. Go back over and check on the baby turtles. Oh, there's babies. They came out. One there. 3 going that way. Other eggs progressing. So again, folks who don't know, because a lot of... See, there they go. Oh, look, go. Get to the water. Right? Lex Godzi, being, I believe, on the West Coast, has a little more access to that kind of stuff. I'd love to see those, whatever the season is or however they do it, where they can kind of predict, like, these are the nights when the sea turtle eggs are going to hatch, and then the little babies have to try to get to the sea, and it's like the Normandy invasion in reverse, right? There it was trying to get to land in just myriad of peril, and for the turtles, it's birds and mammals and stuff all hanging out between the little egg nests and the shore, trying to get them when they're still fairly immobile and doing their cute little flippery drag thing to the sea. And that's the tough part, right? Everybody wants to get out there and protect the sea turtles and get them to the water, but of course the reality is that they've evolved to have to survive through that little stage, and those other species look to those as opportunities to rack up nutrients. Sometimes it's really hard to maintain that respectful distance in nature. I know for me it is. And, you know, you gotta try to process, is it something we've done that's artificial, or is it just, you know, part of the natural cycle? And that's why there's so many baby turtles on those hatch nights. The numbers ensure that a few will make it, and that's why when they do make it, they're fairly safe, and adult turtles really don't have many predators that they have to worry about, and they can live to extremely long ages. It's pretty cool. Yeah, slap like brain shovels. They looked like those little fireplace. You know, you like always have the little fireplace set that's got the little tongs and the poker, and then it's got the little shovel to clean up the ash. That's what they reminded me of all the time, with those little fireplace shovels. Just up out in the world, whack. The bees, hi bees. So knowing that we were going to be doing, oh, there's a guy all the way out here. See, this is the problem. They all go scatter, right? So when we were, and frankly, you know, we basically got as many scoots as we need. I still get them because they're cool. When the baby turtles grow up into big turtles, they pop, and their old shell in Minecraft logic pops off. They grow a new one, and the baby shell, like a baby tooth, is shed. And so you'll see those floating around. They're like little green turtle shell kind of things. But 5 of them make an actual turtle shell in game, and that's a helmet. You can wear it as a helmet. Basically gives you water breathing, more so than the respiration here, but it's obviously an inferior defensive helmet to what we've got. And with Res 3, I don't see much of an issue. We've got it, and, you know, for things like this, where it's deep water caves, it would be pretty handy. I don't really remember all the mechanics of it, and, you know, I don't know that it really fully works like a conduit. We'll probably play around with it at some point, knowing myself. I just really don't... I don't know if it's best to go out and back on these. It would be great to linger. I've kind of been doing the loop slowly. You know, but if we go out this far and then turn and come back, maybe we'll have a couple groups spawned in just automatically. I also don't know if there's any kind of entity counting that our farm animals and our turtles are actually hurting us in this endeavor. Man. Alright, so we got 2 done. The other thing we can do is maybe switch over when we get our 3rd full stack and go baby turtles. Go back over. I thought that fish was a ink sac. Go back over to the pond, the pond. Let's not insult our lake. There are baby turtles everywhere now. Oh no, you guys are fish. Which one? Woo. You got a fishing rod. And we can do trading with villagers? I'm thinking this as I'm picking up rotten flesh. Oh, I thought maybe that was a... Dude, that is like... Oh, is that a puffer fish? Unpuffed? Why did he look so small? Usually they look bigger than that. It's like an itty-bitty baby puffer fish. Have you guys seen him that small before? Like, will he puff up? Yeah. He just looks so little. I don't want to bother him. Oh, there's more squid. Oh, come here. Dude. Look at him. He's smart. Oh, my... I need a dolphin. Where did they all go? This guy's smart. He's like, turtle shield. If I come hang out over here, you aren't going to want to hurt that. Or you could just end up on land and suffocate. He might just pop. Although, then I don't get looting. Dude, if you make me hit my... Oh! I was worried about hitting the eggs. Did I hit you, dude? I'm so sorry. Here, hang on. We're going to be all right. Oh, poor guy. Oh, look at him. Now we're going to be in for it. Did I just see some ink over there? I do. All right, was it you? Or you? That's what I was trying to wait for more eggs to hatch to turn the chaos on. But let's have them. This is like going to a vacation resort or something, right? That has the turtle sanctuary. We'll get swimming with the sea. I'm trying to have a moment with my sea turtles, jerk. Get out. You're not invited. Didn't pay entry. I don't know if they're capped, like how many will actually come hang out. They seem very uninterested, though, at the moment. But there might just be a deal of only so many at a time. I know we can have more than this. And like I spent all kinds of time talking about in more detail in the past, or when we were setting all this up. Normally, this is a turtle enclosure, right? We make a beach somewhere, either naturally or with a wall around it, where the turtles don't just go out into the open ocean, because they will just kind of swim haphazardly wherever they feel like it. And oh, yeah, him first. Not that time. If you keep them all in a confined space, it's obviously easier to get them all attracted to your seagrass. But I have no qualms about being able to get plenty more eggs. We have a supply back in the chest somewhere, and we've got plenty of turtles now that there would just be enough in the population to get a bunch of eggs going again whenever we are so inclined. Yeah, this is kind of it. I can't lie. Part of the reason why I didn't go yesterday, in part the Nuggets game was on last night. They didn't do so well. It's 1-1 now in the finals series. The next game on Wednesday, and I knew that was coming. So did we go to this boat? Did I even know this boat was here? I must have, right? Like, we would have been so on this early on. It was right in front of home. Well, honestly, I don't know that we did. Not much here. I don't think there's anything. We'll leave it as a nautical preservation landmark. Where'd he go? All right. Squid are coming back towards us, and it is coming up on night, so we'll try to get back, protect our turtles, and see what there is in this batch. So maybe 4 is the max. I don't know. I thought rarely you would get more. I like the dolphins when we're trying to get too. I was just gonna say, I love them when we're trying to get too. Now the dolphin may be. Maybe trying to protect his squiddy friends. I don't know if squid and dolphin really get along or not, but there's a scoot. So these are their little baby shells. So somewhere a turtle grew up. And now we need to keep our eyes open for more of those. Again, not that we made 3 copies of the potion. That's enough to get us the 2 different advancements if we need it. And it's not, honestly, it's not a potion that I really want to use. It makes you slow. It gives you the slowness effect and resistance. So basically, like a turtle, you know, you're kind of hiding in your shell, right? You can take a bunch of damage and not have to worry about it, and you can just move slowly around. But turtles. And the other thing I was doing yesterday, I was playing some Skyrim just on my PlayStation. This has nothing to do with the world that we've got if we ever go back to it. But I was just playing along, and these turtles totally remind me of your companions in Skyrim who have that habit of trying to step in front of you right as you're like winding up for a massive attack, do a bunch of damage, and then they step in, and the next thing you know, they're dead, and you're sad. So here's 5 squid. I assume these are all part of the same pod of squid? All right, now we just got to gather. Any other ink sacs? Back over to Turtle Land. I love all our turtles. Also, I didn't acknowledge, but I should have at the time. I saw the message, Jenny. I love the turtle emote. That is awesome. I don't... Nighttime is tough. I don't want to go too far. If I go far enough, then of course the turtles would actually be better off, right? Except that I don't think eggs will hatch when we're not there. Like, oh, ow. Oh, I missed him. Anything? If we end up with another trident out of this, before we even have the farm set up, I'll be happy, but kind of laugh at myself. And while I've had that happen a couple times, I wouldn't count on it. If you guys are, out there playing Minecraft yourselves, VOD viewers or whatever, playing along, and you're like, oh man, I've never gotten the trident. I'll fine. You go that way. Where's the other one? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, don't count on naturally getting a trident. Of course you can, and eventually you probably will. But it is literally, what the is going on with that guy? Is this the same one? I've hit him twice now. Once over on the other side, and he swam away really fast. And then once right here. Did give us a couple inks. Yeah, you need to make something in Java. As far as I know, in Bedrock, it's much easier, right? There's something about the rate of drop or the rate of generation of drowned with tridents or something, so that it ends up being much less of a challenge to end up getting and equipping tridents. But if you do it right, and there's a number of different ways to end up setting yourself up to have drown. They basically all, as far as I'm concerned, they all consist of the using a river biome, which we have some of in here, but I didn't want to do it right close to home. Ideally around the ocean, so you don't have like a river between big trees and hills and all that. You can have mobs spawning around that will affect your spawn rate. So that's not perfectly ideal. So put it up in the sky like a creeper farm. That's what we're working on. And at a minimum, all it has to be is a dark room up in the air, full of water, that you can swim in with water breathing or with access to air pockets or whatever you want to do. So you can swim around in there and kill all the drowned as they appear, and you'll get a bunch of them. And it's kind of wild, but it can get a little dangerous, right? You got to watch your air and your health at the same time. And if you get a couple trident wielders at the same time and maybe a baby in there, they can start doing a lot of damage pretty quickly, even if you have good armor. So the next stage of development and the last farm that I built is to outline a bunch of river, make the dark rooms, but then put corners on them that are air and are set up around drop chutes or holes in the floor, and you use the turtle eggs so that they go towards the holes, they step out of the water, and whoosh, they fall down and splash into canals or suspended rivers. Those are just hatches, right? Nothing's getting attacked. I heard that little and I assume that was like a baby turtle being born sound. I'm gonna hope. Look at them all. Live, baby turtles. Yeah, okay. That little, there's like a crunch, and then there's a me, and it's the me that scared me. Turtle, be careful. So yeah, next stage of evolution then, of course, is using the turtle eggs, which the drowned, right? We've already talked about how they want to stomp on them. So they'll go cruising around and go, oh, look, turtle eggs. I'm going to take aggro to those, and they'll wander over and try to smash them and fall out of the air, go down into a suspended canal, and then just like with the skellies or any other water-moving mobs system, you just drop them 8 blocks at a time, sacrificing vertical to keep that water moving, and then you can wash under a whole river to get to a killing chamber area, however you want to do it. Or you can, if you want to AFK it, just make it lava blade or campfires or something to cook the mobs when they get wherever you want, and put some hoppers underneath campfires or whatever, so that the items get captured, pulled through them, and moved to a place where you can pick them all up. It's an option too. So lots of ways to do that. And with, again, if we weren't sitting here and if I wasn't like, oh, I need some tridents, so today we're going to spend 2.5 hours just hanging out, we will have to spend some time, but more like the creeper farm, I'm hoping, where we just go hang out for breaks and before and after, get some XP, get some, dang it, just when I see him, we're still under dolphin? So we'll have to hang out to let the farm run, but hopefully it will move them quickly enough. And, we'll probably have to wait a little bit in between tridents. We'll get a bunch of these, basically zombie flesh and copper ingots are their other drops, right? So we got 3. That was pretty good. Let's spend this daytime feeding and getting a whole bunch more eggs going. And this should be pretty fun. Oh. I said I wanted to feed. Alright, boom. And as we talked about on Turtle Day, the good part is, since we spent so much time building up from a very few eggs and turtles that were naturally there, all of these turtles have been born on that beach, right? So they're all going to swim back to where they were born to lay their eggs, make their nests. That's what turtles do, sea turtles. So, pretty good. Deal there. Now, I'm not going to just ignore squid right in our area. Where'd the other one go? There we go. We got, so for folks where I know I haven't really looked at the nesting. So then they go and scurry around on the beach and kick up sand until they can lay their eggs. And those eggs will start out like these, just fresh and nice. These are ones that are closer to hatching. And there's like 4 stages to the eggs. And they sure do like their seagrass. So hopefully, I should just be able to go out here, feed random turtles, and unlike turtles that may have wandered into the area when we were first trying to establish, these guys should help us out, because whichever one becomes the mother, they're going to then swim back to the home beach, right? So it will be pushing much of the population from out here back closer to where we want them. I don't know what happened to those squid. There's one of them. Good water sound effects. There's some. Oh, trident or no? Just fishing around. Okay. Got ink over there. Oops. Now, some of these have all eaten too recently. Come to me, my turtle friends. Oh, it's like the bee. Oh, what the? Where did that guy even come from? All right, listen. I was just basking in turtley goodness, and you had to come along right in the middle of it all, huh? Think you're pretty special for that? Ruining everybody else's fun? It's like the kid that's always, I'm just going to take my ball and go home. You guys can't play if you don't play the way I want to play. Although I guess I did just take out my sword and chop him, so maybe I'm that kid. What? Give me a break, guys. I thought you were supposed to spawn when it's dark out. It's not dark. You just don't want me to have any fun with my turtle friends. And I don't like it. Alright. You ready? Alright. We'll leave all them to it. Oh, that was just kelp. I thought we had a new scoot. Got the ink there. Any other ink floating around? XP. Alright. Let's try to pull a few more in here. Oh. Enjoy, my turtle friends. I think we got enough of those mean, nasty zombie drowned away. It's all good for you guys now. Our wandering trader is still hanging out. Or maybe that's a new one. We've had a few. Yep. I always think of the book. I think it's a Dr. Seuss book, right? Yertle the Turtle. But I don't remember the Yertle the Turtle story. But these guys always remind me of that as a kid. I don't remember what adventures Yertle had, what his motivations were, his or her. I think it was a he, though. What their motivations were. But, I assume those are babies growing up sounds? Those little so we could watch for scoots. Yes, they are paddling. Waiting traders? Alright, so we got lots more eggs coming. This has not gone nearly as quick as I thought it would. I definitely thought more of them would just be converging on me. And it's okay that they're not. That's that same kelp. I just kind of thought they would linger when they did see me more. You're already done. Okay. I love that at the moment we got a ton of tropical. Nemo! What's up, clownfish Nemo? And one that's like the same size but different. That's cool. Oh, there we go. Better be careful. What I really don't want to do is not pick up ink because I'm carrying too much seagrass. That would be pretty dumb. All right, let's go do feeding run in this area. Maybe get some. Oh, that turtle knew what it was about. Like, nope, I'm not coming. All right, we don't want to be too close to shore in any of this. You're good. Because I don't need creepers or anything coming along. All right, we got some squid. They're in high density areas. Gotta be a little careful. Wasn't there one more? See some of the ink around, but what happened to the other squid? There it is. Okay, ink over here. This is what we ran into so much when we were getting this loaded was, and I may be just completely ruining any good chances, right? If I make too many turtles and that affects mob cap, we could be limiting our spawns of squid and everything else. So far, it doesn't really seem that way, and I think they would distribute out more as time went by, but it's too fun not to do it. Right? Right? Good day to be swimming. Ooh, look at that fish, too. It's nighttime, and I can tell you're a cool-looking fish. No, not you. Ooh, squid. All right, fresh stack. I was gonna say, I don't know if you're gonna find anybody, but we'll get you in the mood of love anyway. These are all spread out in a line. I herd them away from the kelp. Oh no, no you don't. Rain's gonna make it a little tougher to spot all the inks if there are more slowly surfacing. But at least we have this edge to kind of work from. Glow squid. Oh. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. This is about the time last time. Last time we were swimming further away. I wasn't really dealing with the turtles at all. So I was doing more circuits and that kind of stuff. But it was about at this after an hour mark that I was like, oh man. I think we've gotten a little bit faster at it though. Another fishing rod. Oop. I can't take your fishing rod. Apparently I can't take... Well, I can't take your flesh. Sugar's almost good to go again. So I can do that. I should really put out the... What do I have? Oh, this is just what we were gathering when we were clearing the pathway. That's right. Well, this is perfect. You can put those two in. 4.5. We're doing pretty good. I don't know. I talked about going over to the lake and doing some trading. We may still go trade because we need those glazed terracotta, right? We just may not do as much hunting because this is working, and it has the advantage of doing the turtle breeding while we're here and giving those eggs a chance. They're good at running away. I'll give them that. There's been some inking. We haven't really suffered it, though. As far as I know, like, you can get blind, and it's a very short effect, right? It doesn't have a massive negative impact on gameplay, but it's kind of fun. Like, that's their whole deal, is to keep predators from being able to see them and getting away in the murky water that they make by inking. There's some. All right. I am trying to force myself to focus on the squid. I'm like, okay, I see some there in the distance. Just abandon the feeding. Go for the squid. Cool, look at them all. No, don't. Look at them. He's like, I'm going to the depths. Won't work with me, mister. Might be a good strategy with average Minecraft heroes, but they don't have Respiration 3 helmets like I do. Dude, come on, man. Also, I thought I saw one. Oh, there. Sorry, guys. I thought I would make them come over towards me and not attack your eggs. Scoots! Scoots everywhere. We are definitely producing some bigger turtles out of all the babies that we had. Oh, there's a ink over there. Should not have ink in or ink seagrass in hand as I'm swimming away. Kind of one of those go back with it type deals. You're not ready. Very tough to tell who we've gotten and who we haven't. Really? All right. You guys kind of need to scatter for me. Get a new batch. Although I guess we can effectively do that by no. There was a scoot. And then I saw that fish and I thought it was ink. But it wasn't. There's a scoot. They're kind of nice 'cause I think they pop XP when they come off. So it's kind of like a little marker buoy. I wouldn't swear to that though. I don't know if that's actually true. It might just be from past feeding, right? Like when they do the hearts thing. There's definitely XP for that, right? That's just the same as our chickens or cows or anything else we get. One batch of XP for feeding and the next for harvesting. But we're not gonna, as far as I know, we're not gonna harvest any turtles. I don't think there's any reason to do that. I don't know what they would drop. But whatever it is, it couldn't be worth it. That might have been a scoot pop noise, but I don't know. Oh. Well, what's he gonna do? Come here. Come get me, not the turtle eggs. Driving them to shore. That's not good. Oh, all right. How's our turtle egg supply going? Does it look as good as it was when we got here? That's the whole point, right? Keep the new generations coming. We got a pretty good, but a lot of them are 1s and 2s. Where the first time around we were getting all like 4s. But I think we're probably good for now. So, yeah, we're very good. We're going to go trade what we have left. So for anybody else that may be dropping in or whatever and wondering about turtles. So bone meal, the bottom of the ocean, the sand or the gravel, or even rock, I think, and it will grow seagrass like you grow flowers in the plains. So you can get more seagrass. You then harvest seagrass with the shears to get these seagrass pieces, and that's what you use to feed and breed up the turtles. Pretty basic stuff, but takes some doing. And now now it's just going right, and we've already gone beyond any need that we could have, as far as I know. It would be cool if you could make like a decorative turtle block of some kind. I'm not aware of being able to do anything like that, but it's just, to me, it kind of seems like you've got basically need for 2 potions, and otherwise they're just incidental. Maybe they get used more as like pranking type stuff in multiplayer and SMPs and stuff. Oh yeah, like, man, I should have lots of room for all this sugarcane. Why am I not picking it up? Because my inventory's full. All right. There, and of course, we missed a few. Okay, so that's good. Again, paper trades, rockets, gunpowder. No, well, the rockets with gunpowder to make the rockets. Books, if and when we need them. It's all possible stuff. But like I said, now we'll go try to get the rest out of our just looking around here to see if there's any other scoots floating. We've got got so many. And maybe there's something else I don't know about crafting with them, but I've never noticed any recipes unlocked. I've never seen anyone go, oh yeah, we're gonna build with scoot blocks. But now we got 11. It takes 5 to make another turtle shell, I think is just what they're called. And like I said, we've got a dozen of the eggs already going. You can put all that stuff away. We don't need it. And I should really... Let's use lime. We've got green for our other supplies. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We really don't need too much more than that. But while we're trading for some glazed terracotta, I'll just go ahead, do it. Got turned around there for a second. So we should get squid, especially in the deeper spots of this lake. So I think what we can do is while they're on cooldown, or while he's on cooldown, we can do pumpkin trades too for a bit, and glass. Let's start here, right? This is the cooldown we want to be running the whole time. So again, we're this is how much Skyrim I've been playing of late. I almost went like, oh, I need to put on my is it the Mask of Clavicus Vial? Is that what it is? And my Necklace of Haggling, so I get the best prices. No, we already took care of that. So here we go. We get a dozen a time. And I guess we'll get ready to sleep here, but this gives us just a minute that we can... it's right here, right? This is the one we want. So we'll keep stacking onto there so we have our kind of fanciest of the bricks. And then we'll continue to, like, I envisioned having a lot more of these than those, which of course is kind of true. Fact, he's got to cool down or reset his inventory. I know we have the pumpkins, but we're going to have plenty of time to do this. There's some squid, so just as we hoped, we'll kind of be able to go around the lake a bit. And gather up ink. But, dang it. Where's your hitbox? We also... I'm going to go back and check the nether wart in the basement and see if it fully grew. I know we're not anywhere close to it right now, right? But just kind of reminded me how much we need that for our brick, nether brick production. All right, dude. Get out of the grass. Oh, well. I was going to say, I think there's more ink right around here. That got us up closer. Did I miss any ink over here? Yes. All right. Well, before we leave and despawn everything, we'll get this going. Well, just a quick pop over to the basement, see if we did get any further growth out of all that. Again, we'll do much better on it when we're processing the concrete, but look at that. All good. I guess I still got to walk on all this low sand to get them picked up. And we will replant. For anybody that can remember back to when we were digging out all this basement area, and again, it gets much, much quicker when we're using good tools and all that, but that early part, this is a big reason why, right? So that we can have stuff underneath the areas where we're working that's running passively, right? And that's pretty important, especially for me, who doesn't want to have a world loaded in AFK mode for a streamed world, right? That just feels wrong because I know well how quickly things can go horribly wrong. All right, so here's the big reduction, right? This does not go quickly because we only get one stack out of all those four. And that's why I took the extra time to come back over and work on that. So these can now go back with us. That chest is over at the trader mall. Boom, 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 boom. Oh. I mean, I know where the portals go to. It's just habit. Especially that basement to upstairs move. How often do we do that? But I can't even come up with a reason to justify it at this point. Okay, so now we can go back. Hopefully we haven't wasted the whole trader day. We will see if we can immediately buy more glazed terracotta if he's reset. If he hasn't, we'll probably do pumpkin trades and then get back to squid farming. So we don't have. Oh, there we go. Perfect. And now, pumpkin boys. I think we've gotten. Oh no, not beef. We can trade beef. There's a lot of that left, right? Kind of side along back through here. Get all that extra XP. So clearly we haven't been back to the farm in a while since we set all this up. We don't have many of our crops left, but we've got a few things here. Look at this XP just trying to trickle its way free. You ready again? Oh yeah. Keep them coming, pal. Anybody remember who it was that wanted glass? Not you. And you. Alright, glass was in there. Steaks. I think we only need these two. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat. Chat, you gotta let me know if we just went into trouble mode. I just got welcomed to the chat room. Obviously, it won't change anything for the live stream. It's just sad if the VOD got broken. Sometimes that's a deal. Sometimes it's not. I don't know. I want to do this, and I'm gonna put you away. I know there was somebody over there that was ready to buy, but what we'll do instead is sell as much flesh as we can. Because why not? Anything else? Guess that's not a huge source of XP. Still here. All right. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I do see a little. We had a little spike in drop frames, so maybe it was something. I'm glad you guys didn't notice any huge interruption. But yeah, 0.6% of our frames. It's not good. You ready again? I might be pushing my luck now. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Go. What am I doing here? Did I already put those away? Oh, I'm losing it. Okay. Squid. There's one. One lonely squid. I almost went to a horrible dark place there. I was kind of rationalizing to myself how the squid, they don't really mind that I'm harvesting because they kind of are just passive and letting the tides carry them where they will. Some of you are going to know where I'm going with this. It's not true in reality. Squid and certainly octopus and all that are highly intelligent. But I don't know. I'm not arguing that they have self-awareness and souls and that kind of stuff or anything. Maybe they do. I'm not ruling it out, but certainly we're learning crazy cool stuff about octopus, and I think they're all in the same family, but I don't know. I don't know how that relates to where I was going, which is Penny's ponderings on life just carrying you along on the tide, having no self-determination or control, just kind of going where the current takes you kind of deal. And that, of course, made me associate these guys to the Midnight Jellies and or Lunaloos. It would make me feel even worse if I thought I was out harvesting endless supplies of Lunaloos. Oh, my goodness. All right, sleep. Um... Ah! How'd you get to go through that block? I don't get to do that sort of stuff. Are you gone yet? And yeah, this is kind of... Oh, big old thunder. I thought I'd heard one earlier, but it was kind of indistinguishable. I thought maybe it was just, dumpster noise or truck or something, but that one was unmistakable. Yeah, your brain works though. Mine it kind of limps along. It's like an engine that's down a couple of cylinders. No, I can't. Don't. I hope you guys know that. I often am like, oh man, I can't. It's important, in your day to day and all that. Don't think down on yourself when you're going about your stuff. Don't. Oh, I'm stupid. I hate hearing. I'm too dumb to do that. No, you're not. Just practice. There was what were the P90X, right? Those were those workout videos back in the day. And they always said in there, you hear it from coaches and motivational people and stuff all the time, but don't say I can't do something. Say I currently struggle with doing that. I need more practice. I need to think about it. I need to maybe get some tips or some instructions and all that. But don't ever just sell yourself down as I'm too dumb to do that. Or I'm too, whatever the thing is. You can do a whole lot more, but you're never going to get anything done if you've started off by telling yourself you can't do whatever X is, right? So I just kind of catch myself in streams, and I realize I don't acknowledge it enough because there's always people coming in and out. When I say stuff like that, it's pretty tongue in cheek. I challenge anybody to try to go through a game like this and not point out or laugh about their own derps, right? Because you're gonna make them, right? That's just part of the deal. Um, and particularly when it's all live to be clipped or on VODs, you guys can go back and look at it. And ha ha ha! It's easy to see that, or even your own experience would prevent you from making some of those mistakes. It's just you gotta be lighthearted and laugh about it a little bit, but don't sell yourself short. You guys are all incredible, amazing people. I'm so inspired when I see how many amazing content creators and people come by here and hang out. I put away all my emeralds, didn't I? You ready yet? Oh, yes, you are. Dunk. So the big problem here is I have no idea, having never built this. Basically, what we're thinking is the platform that we went and visited at the beginning of stream today with the portal on it in these colors. That is 191 blocks high. It's same as Creeper Farm layout, right? And then we go up another 28 ballpark, right? You can call it 30 or whatever. You could basically say that we're going to get up to 160 of. No, I'm sorry. Not 160. We're already at 191. If we call that 190 and call it going up 30, we're going to be at 220. Build cap, I think we discovered with the scaffolding on the last farm was at 350. We don't want to push that, but in theory we could go. And I think probably like 64 is great for our height. Basically a vertical stack for each of the outside or interior blocks that go around. It's basically an outer edge, but you guys saw the parameters there. And then, of course, mixing back and forth to make a pattern. But, even if you want to have the edges bonded in red nether bricks and do most of it in black and gray with these as accents, we'll have lots of the black and gray. We're going to use it heavily because I don't want to spend the rest of this month just trying to gather these materials. But we do need quite a few of these other pieces. This is like nonstop. It's just rolling and rolling. I'm seeing a few flashes, but I don't have my blinds or my door or anything open. Let's oh, that was not what I meant to do. All right, sun's still up high. I think we're safe here. I'm gonna hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. Breezy, no rain, just a lot of rumbles. Oh, and neighbor out on the deck enjoying it too. So if you guys get any of that, it's part of the ambiance. We're just chilling out here. All right, butchers. We can keep going back for squid too, but I don't know. I don't know that accomplishes too much for us. It would be nice to have extra. And in that sense, yeah, it's certainly good. But if we can keep renewing some of these trades, I don't know. I don't remember how many of these they wanted. This one? Yeah, I'm so bummed when I listen to the thunder and I look at the OBS and my mic doesn't pick it up. It bums me out. I wish you guys were getting like. Obviously, I'm much happier that you guys don't have distracting background noises, but it would definitely help so that you guys knew what I'm hearing as we go. You ready for more? Too easy, right? Not you. There we go. Gets hung up. You gotta give all those little XP balls a little chance. Get free. We didn't even go through a single stack. Now I should remember that. Drop those. Hope. Fingers crossed. Yeah. All right. Drop you. Drop these. Oh, now it's almost nighttime again. I do have my bed. I'm watching the bar here. Yeah, let's go sleep over in the condos, right? Because we built them. We haven't visited. We got Dewey the cat over here. Oh, we do have the most dangerous game, Squid. All right, I'm hearing drippy drops. I hope they're wet and not solid. It's always the big question this time of year. Are you gonna get hail? Little squiddy, squiddy, squiddy. Boom. Squiddy, squiddy, squiddy. Boom. Oh, oh, oh. Got it. Okay. Let's go. Let's see more over here. See, as soon as now we're like basically done, now they're gonna pop up everywhere. That's how it always goes, right? But hopefully that's enough time to reset our traders. You have a heat wave. I have not. I was just talking with my folks this weekend, and they were talking about like, oh yeah, it's hot and humid here in Iowa, where I'm going to be headed. What? Just about 2 weeks. So it's not something we're ready. We really, we often. Oh, I often am frustrated at how quickly we go into like uncomfortably hot summer, and that's not going to be the deal this year. We got into the 80s like once for like a little week-long stretch. Fahrenheit. And sorry, I don't have the conversions in front of me. I hadn't planned to really talk about weather at all. But yeah, it's been nice and cool, very pleasant and enjoyable, and very wet. We for us, this is downright British, right? We're getting lots of rain, fully overcast days, and we are, we're usually up in like the 320 days of some kind of sunshine, right? You never really trust those stats because they're always put out by travel bureaus and all that kind of stuff. But now it's raining better. Do 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 do. Boom do 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 do. So yeah, I will be getting my heat on. It sounds like it's gonna probably start hitting late this week. Well, at least very nice kind of heat, right? Warm up and back to a little more normal. All right, how much of this do we quite want to do? I'm asking myself because I know all of you guys are like, go do something different. We're sick of squid. But it really is the mechanic of getting more of these blocks, right? That we need. I I was trying to be very limited in using them in the. You know what? I did not even appreciate. A few times we went back home and I was looking at our red glazed terracotta, being like, "Oh, we could always just glaze our own." No, only black, and black is not naturally occurring, so more dye. But that is actually something to consider. Red dye would have been a little tougher because we would have had to do a whole separate deal. But we can supplement these because we do have like a couple of stacks of red, I believe, and could dye regular terracotta black and then cook it. And I know I'm pointing at concrete, but I'm just thinking out loud here and put that through. So something to keep in mind, but let's check them again here. There we go. Got more XP over here. Yeah, I can see just unplugging. And I know personally for this build, it's going to be one of those where it's going to be a mental grind for me because I haven't exactly done it before. So it's going to be like, all right, how's it want to go? I have no idea what kind of a pattern you want to do, but I think I will try to do at least some extension of what we did at the bottom there, which is use red as the border, kind of the outer edges of the. Call it a cube. It's a rectangle, but what is a rectangular cube? So the edges and the bottom edge to transition. We'll basically replicate the pattern that we just did on the bottom of the platform at the bottom of the cube, and then figure something out vertically for the sides, but it'll probably go red in the middle and on the outer edges of all the various planes, and then try to use gray and black heavily because they're, even though it's going to be paint. Oh, that's what we should do. We should just harvest the concrete now. Do we have, how deep? I almost went Bee Gees there. I think it's Bee Gees. It's very disco era. The How Deep Is Your Love? How deep could not vary? So we'd have to do another full excavation, but we could do the concrete system over here. We wouldn't grow wart, but we could trade, although I think, let's just get these guys. I think it would be awesome to dye some terracotta and glaze it. Now that we've done the squiddiness. See you hiding in the grass down there. Do, 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 do. We call that one the doo-doo song. So yeah, I kind of don't think it's worth putting another spot here to do concrete. I think if we just go back and do it with the nether wart, because we're going to want a lot of those red bricks anyway. So what did that get? That got us up to a perfect extra stack, right? Where were we putting these? Oh no, we're even better. We got 2 extra stacks. Well, at least for now. We may discover this is not even close, or it's way too much. I have no idea, but I know it was a ton more than what we had right now getting going. So we's ready. So let's pick these up, drop these off, and get back home before sunset. Did get my bed. And yeah, we'll do some pillars of concrete next. For those in chat that we're enjoying the grind, it's about to get a whole lot grindier. All right, so feel free to open up your AMA bags. I don't know. I don't know what more we have to. I kind of talked. I mean, there wasn't too much that we came out of the weekend with that was really stories. Like I could gush about Red Rocks Amphitheater, how amazing it was to be there, how kind of perfect the weather was. And I guess I can go into a little bit of that may at least somewhat translate to folks that aren't in Colorado. But it's, I don't have images to show or anything like that. It's not like we got video there. but it was amazing. Okay, so this this is not very grown. That's what I was checking. Let's go. Let's try to do this terracotta here as kind of like a halfway entertaining thing for me. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh, there's some at the farmhouse, right? You guys know Village 1, the house that we built to trade with the farmers. We had a chest of terracotta there. I think it's where I pulled out the red, which we don't need, but it is hopefully loaded up with a bunch of regular terracotta. Because if that becomes my limit, shut up. Shut up. All right, let's think here for a second. How did I end up with so little terracotta? What's up, Marvin? What's up, Daisy Bell? What's up, PGG Blaster? What's up, Hyric? What's up, Odium? And what's up, Skash? So, trip to the Mesa? Badlands? Whatever. To get terracotta and get that bit taken care of? Or grind the concrete here? Either we're going to have to do both. I don't think we'll have time to do all of it today. Things all done. What I need to do, what I was deciding is, let's empty this blue chest. It's just got extra blocks, right? So we don't need any of this with us. And that was down here. I pulled out from somewhere in here too, I think. But that's just fine. We got these guys. We got everything now. I don't think I have copper set up to be stored anywhere. Probably valid at this point. And next to squid ink is probably a decent spot. We could probably throw the Nautilus shells down here as well, although copper at some point could get very big, right? If we're storing it in bulk for projects, loads and loads of that could pile up. And of course, all this stuff can come over here. Dunk, dink, dunk, dunk. No. Yep. And did we... Now, I don't know why we've stopped here. Oh, we're still cooking. Never mind. How are we doing up here? Yeah, so we knew we'd emptied out chests basically to go. So we got the brick part of this. We're good. It's the nether warty part that we're gonna struggle with. And I wish there was some way to make that. I mean, the only real way to make this more efficient is just to keep adding more and more farms, so they can be growing tons of it at the same time. What did we have? Oh. All right. Oh, now we don't have any. We don't have anything to plant in here now, do we? Next time we harvest, we'll expand again. Right? We basically get 40 extra each time we turn one of these fields if it's fully grown. So, um, the problem here is going to be that the further over we go, the less loaded these are when we're doing the concrete. So I don't think we're going to get full growth while we're going, but clearly these blocks, if we're going to use them in any kind of volume that doesn't just look silly, we're going to need a whole bunch more, right? We can go get terracotta, we can dye it and glaze it, and um, manufacture a lot more of those than we can get out of trading. So we could catch up that pretty quickly. I don't know. I kind of feel more down with that. It's been a long time since we picked up any tough. Here. Oh. Okay. Now, for the purposes of going on an adventure, let's leave these two. I think we'll leave the ink as ink. Blue box. I was like, what did I do with that blue shulker box? I know I didn't put it away. Oh, I left it sitting on the floor. All right. Now, I think we're not gonna need some of the. Yeah, I should probably just leave one out. Right. We're not gonna need supplies. I don't think we're not gonna need wings. For the long haul, we are gonna want. Probably the gold. We're not really working in the nether. So if we can keep the piglins off of us at least, and then go from there, will be good. And I don't think we quite need a boat. I'll keep these out ready to go because we'll switch back into them. Might as well keep the boat too. After all that, supplies. We're done with these. I don't think we need a new portal anytime soon. Tools come with us. All right. No name bird, you're in charge of everyone you can see around you. Are we good? Let's go for a hike. Before we really head out, though, I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? Before we really go on a hike, let's go over here. Should be a pretty quick one. I don't have much else to do, but I definitely would like to get up. I think I'm going to close my door. The storm has passed. That's going to be problematic. How many times am I going to shoot right past the creeper farm? All right. Let's go ahead and clear this. I don't think we have any tools that need repairing, so we're basically just taking XP. As you guys saw, though, we were up in the 70s when we got our trident and started putting books on it. So those levels go quickly, whether it's a bow or any other thing that we're starting to enchant fully with books. Takes a bit. So we'll chill here. I'm going to step away for just a sec. Again, should be in the 2 minutes tops range. But stretch. Go ahead and get yourselves a little break from the screen time. Refresh your waters if you got them or whatever you're drinking. And we'll be right back. By the way, I need to shout out. I didn't even notice this until I was just coming back from break. Shout out Fed Up Dobby. One of Omni's homies. I didn't even know. All the time I was talking about Omni's chat the last couple evenings, I didn't even notice Fed Up Dobby came over and dropped a follow in the Twitch. It's awesome. Thanks so much. So we'll get back over to Dobby, his channel. I don't know if I followed Dobby or not. And what I do know is that we don't need to worry about sleep if we're in the nether. So we can basically burn the night traveling. I come back in your BRB. Yeah. But we're out of the way now. Okay, let's get ready to eat some steaks, right? Because we're gonna bounce our way. We may do another pass of improving some of these tunnels once we reach them, at least. Some of you know that we got a bit of a hike, right? This is to the far portal. But just think, someday we'll have ice boats. Those guys always look so cold, but they just seem to gravitate to anywhere that will make them cold. I don't know how I missed him there. Hey, we can eat pork chops. We probably held off on that to try to prevent hoglins and stuff from dropping on our head, but we're making improvements as we go here. And then at some point, kind of just becomes go. But I don't really relish having hogs spawning right on a single block above our heads, so we'll clear all that out. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Now, are we... I think this is all getting to the same equitable level. I don't think we were clearing that block yet. Like, these two need to go just to get us even with that, right? 4 up. And that's good. We'll want to go up another layer higher when we make the ice roads and all that, but that lets us bounce without having to worry about catching a ledge with our head as we bounce by and losing our momentum, getting stopped, and having to start all over again. Oh, this one's short at least. I was like, yeah, once we get to the blackstone and the basalt, we'll probably just go one at a time and pick the rest of the blocks up as we come back. because it's just too slow to try to do 2 at a time. And we'll probably have more lava field lakes. Oh, we've had that fun before. But getting to this point is good. At least from here, it feels fully functional. As far as the tunnels are concerned, or this long haul tunnel is concerned, and of course we can make other exits between here and there. Back along that flight path we took the very first time we had the wings. I know we flew over some cool big mountains and some of that kind of stuff, so there's a lot in and around that's interesting and might be worth visiting again. So while this technically doesn't fit in our... Sorry, I'm just stopping talking to listen for the pops every once in a while. Make sure we still got... I guess I could just do this. Lots of room. Making sure we're still picking up the blocks. Because at some point we'll just throw down that shulker, unload everything, start over. So yeah, not exactly on mission, but part of the ongoing mission, right? That we very much want to get done. Here's some leftovers from another pass. All right, that being the thing, let's get you switch to here. It still needs doing. There's a lot that needs doing in here. This is like 6 projects deep, I think, right? Granted, we got a trident already, so part of this you got to take with a little grain of salt. But the whole progression had been that we wanted the drowned farm. Well, we wanted the turtles to make the drowned farm, to make a guardian farm, which would get us prismarine and prismarine to make and sea lanterns. We'd also then have sponges, of course. I almost missed this here. From the guardian temple and all the other loot. That would be a nice big interlude, but I was gonna say, shouldn't that all be on my head? So we get the Guardian Temple, get the Guardians, get the Prismarines, can make blocks, and with that and all that we pull out of the temples, we could then use those blocks, which is what I'm thinking I'm going to use to make the edges and the tops and all that of the all the open expanses of our highway. And you know, if we really do it right, and go check past YouTube's, right, the Toehold on Eternity World in the YouTube VODs, go check the old playlists and look at the ice roads that we were doing in there. Where it's open, we do glass, a lot of glass, so we can see where we're going through and where we are. But in these enclosed sections, this all gets stripped like a tunnel, right? You don't just, well, quite often you don't just see rock in a tunnel. You see like sprayed on concrete or tile work or whatever. I guess depending on when it was made. I think now it's all spray concrete kind of stuff, but excuse me, sir. You don't just, drive through dirt and and blasted out rock. They usually will make that tunnel decorative in some manner, at least cleaned up, so it looks kind of finished and nice. so you don't have like animals and things burrowing out into it, or tree roots or whatever. So we will definitely be working all that and making stations around either junctions where we split off in different directions, or whatchamacallit, where the portals are, right? And those can each have, a little bit of unique character, right? I think they're like some of the cool public transportation, whether they're subways or metros or whatever you want to call them, underground. Like I know even the Tokyo subway even has a different little musical track for each of its stations. But they often have like different color schemes and things like that to help people that either don't necessarily speak the language or just are in the grind of their daily commute and not wanting to pay attention. You look up as you pull into the station, like, yep, this is mine. I can tell. I don't have to see the sign particularly or anything. It's like, this is the one with the green, teal, green stripes along the wall or whatever. So we can do some of that kind of stuff so that the stations have unique personality, but the roadways themselves are kind of uniform and clean and consistent. And I think this world may be Prismarine for that. Ooh, almost looked at that Enderman. Oh goody, random block type. Oh, well, we got an axe now, so maybe we didn't back then. I'm just gonna go ahead and take this up 2 while we're doing it. Of course there's hoglins down there now. Good. Unnoticed. Just pick this up for now. I think we're getting closer, right? This is the... This is the most recent Nether Fortress, and that's the turnoff to our mining expeditions. And then I think the portal is just ahead. Seem right? And I mean, come on. Doing you a favor, Fortress. You look good. I guess I should do at least a pass on all this, right? But help me look for where we recognize that. Was there Blackstone up ahead? And we maybe went just beyond the Blackstone. Well, that's interesting. Okay. There. Now we're getting back up to the right biome to finish this out. Fortunately, our pick is a rock star. And maintains where lesser picks would crumble. And yep. Nope. don't know, dude. I hope you can jump. Oop. All right. Can I reach you? Yes. That's where my mouse cursor ended up when I was looking away from the lava. Oh, I thought some of that might have been. Bro, what? What are you doing? If you don't like to be looked in the eye, don't come walking towards my face, huh? We'll all get along much better if we just maintain those simple boundaries. I don't know how I keep going back. Probably shouldn't, but I just can't help it. Oh no! Oh, this is really gotten out of control now. Going into second boxes. All right. Well, you go away. I'm not even gonna bother with the overlap. Doesn't matter. Oh, and I think I saw some lava drips at the beginning of all this, so we might have some nasty surprises. Or not. Look at us, getting stuff done. Yeah, that's I do too. I'd like to use certainly a bit more of that. You know, we use the some of the red on that kind of cheapo little protector for the bees at the farm portal, right? Which we spent all of 30 minutes figuring out. But I would very much like to use the teal. I like in the past, I guess I'd like to do something a little different. I've used the teal, this stem and some of the fully green blocks, like the equivalent of the leaf block stuff, right? With the brick, I used that in a drown farm once, and I thought it looked really nice. So I certainly would love to find something to do with those blocks and those colors, and we'll find something. But I don't want to necessarily just use the exact same things I've used in the past, right? Like, yeah, that's a good combo. We know it works. That's good. And sometimes it's just like, yeah, it looks too good not to. But we're gonna have new blocks and colors coming shortly. I don't know when. I mean, for all I know, it's tomorrow. Don't all freak out. But we do have Minecraft 1.20 as the release for the summer, and usually that happens in June, I think. And usually release days are Tuesdays in Minecraft, so could happen. But I fully expect it will be the day before I leave to go see my family, or the day and a half, right? Because I gotta get the car and all that the day before I head out. But I will be streaming on that Tuesday. This is like a week out, right? You know, fine. We'll just chop you all with swords. Ooh, and yeah, if those big ones can head away. Alright, now those littler ones move slower. I know those are the medium. Oh, man. Wait, no, that's... These aren't right? Is that 4 or 5? I don't know. We'll call it good for now. Oh, we're getting there, guys. We're so close. This might be the one where I'm like, you know what? We'll get the next passes on our next trips. I thought we had come so far. I was like, oh yeah, this is nearly done. I was wrong. Ooh. Aha! So there's good and bad to be had here. The good is we're basically done. The bad is here I am once again, way beyond where I need to be. I mean, we'll use it in the future. We'll go further. So for folks who don't know, when we get the 120 release, which is, coming up for arrival. It's been in pre-release. I'm sure most of you guys already play it. But those of you who play Minecraft, I'm one of the few, I think, who doesn't go for every snapshot as soon as it's available. I like to wait. There it is, right there. Alright, so we'll leave everything beyond this for the way home or future trips. Right, I think we've done our good bit, right? We are not slacking. Let's get something up top here. Don't need any nasty surprises dropping down from overhead. Oh, here we go. This is... All right. Eventually it will be, right? That'll be our actual top. Yeah. Let's go here. Yeah. Don't you burn up. Come on. Oops. was where our... It's all going to be fine. Eventually. All right. Enough messing around. Let's get this here. All right, we got some blocks. We might have to sleep when we get out. Hey, Dobby! What's up? How you been, man? I was just shouting you out. It took me a minute to notice your follow from the other night, but thank you so much, man. How you been? Welcome. Kick off your shoes, make yourself comfy, whatever you want to do. Consider yourself at home. How you been? Good, man. Yeah. It was great. 2 nights ago, seeing folks hanging out in the chat. I got to chat just a little bit then, but I was like, man, I gotta go to bed. And then last night, the stream was still up. I hadn't ever closed that tab from Omni's chat, and I was just shutting stuff down in the evening, and was like, oh, hey, look, there's everybody. So it was great seeing everyone. Oh, no problem. I want to say I followed you already, but I will double check, make sure if I haven't. I don't know if you got content or anything going, Dobby, but we'll get you. Okay, so our whole point for being here, and unfortunately, this stuff is orange. We don't want, well, is there a squid close? There's one. All right, let's go get the squid. Oh, damn it. Nether boots. Boop, 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 boop. Squid. So let's check this. Can I dye orange terracotta black? Big question. If we can do that, then we can glaze it. Look at that guy. It's causing trouble. And it would save us at least, we can start working here, right? Move back on the mine, all that good stuff. And I'm going to totally curveball once we're here. In that, if we're pushing back on the caves anyway, we may dip in and try to go get some more coal. We've used up all the coal in the cactus farm when we were building them all. Some of our cookers back at base are starting to get low. All right, before I do too much of this, let's actually figure this out. So if I do that, I think it's this. Oh, crap. Dang it. How do you dye terracotta? Black. Okay, well this... Oh, damn it. So we have to get plain. We can't take a color, because that was what we were trying to do, right? But it sounds like once it's a color, it's that color. And then we were set. I don't know why. Why did we put a block here like that? Anybody? Here. You can stay there. We can bring all this stuff back. I think this treasure map we forgot to use, and I think it's a long way away from here. But still closer to here than anything back at home. Put that away. Possibly we just picked up an ender chest at the time. I'm like, no, it's not worth leaving one here. I still don't know if it is or not. What are we looking for now? Let's put these away. And I guess let's just get a couple boxes. So the good news is plain terracotta makes up a lot of this biome, right? So we can just kind of go down through the layers, but it is a whole lot more than I'd ever hope to have to put into this. But hey, it'll be worth it. It'll be fun, right? I think let's see what we've got up top and then work our way down. I'm going to hopefully not work through layers. So we'll basically like take off the top and then come out to the edge and work down and leave these and just kind of cut straight down. And then in the future, if we're working on a project that we need yellow for or anything like that, we'll start clearing there. But like this little hill alone should be pretty good. And eventually underneath you get to stone and all that. But there's pretty good depth to be had. I'm surprised we didn't have more of this plain stuff when we started, right? We'd come up here. Were we just taking red up to, like, I remember working on some of this. We must have been taking red, and then, I don't know that we used some of it in the house, right? And maybe we just used a bunch of plain in the building of the farmer trader house, too. And this brings us back. Remember how we were talking about, like, 6 deep on the plan? We do need to get the wither taken care of too, so we can get our beacons back. And for some of this kind of stuff, the beacons are pretty nice. This isn't the slowest block to gather, but it would help to just throw down a beacon, clear all the terracotta around, and then start over. Don't stream consistently, but you do stream. Cool, man. Yeah, I will double check, right? Anybody that's kind enough to drop me a follow, obviously get back. But basically, anybody I hang out with as much as I hang out with you guys over in Omni's chat, for sure, all about the follow. And a lot of times that's even if you don't create content, right? Kind of judgment there, right? If somebody drops in my chat and drops a follow and leaves a few comments, if they've got no followers or something like that, we'll see what the comment was, right? If it was genuine or seemed integrated to what we were doing, cool. If it seemed body or whatever, then I'll withhold judgment until seen in the future. But yeah, from my side, that makes a difference, right? So even if you're not a content, I'm not talking to you specifically, but anybody listening to the VODs or whatever, even if you're not a content creator, getting some follows on Twitch is good in a bunch of different ways, right? It's good that you're then like basically connected with those people, can get DMs and that kind of stuff. But if you have them turned on, if you choose to, you can also appear to content creators and bigger streams if you're just coming and saying hello or checking them out for the first time. Those first chat messages, you're going to get a little more latitude, right? Or if they're like, oh, I'm not sure I follow what you're talking about. I'm wondering if you were trying to be edgy or something. It's cool. We got you. So, yeah. Follows always good things. So I don't know if we're going to get any action coming up out of these holes. I think we can handle it, whatever it might be. And again, this is all going towards a drowned farm that we're going to make back close to base in the sky. Largely a dark room spawner, but with water, hopefully manipulated zombies. So they're going to, the whole area that I've done in the past, instead of just being static source water blocks. They're going to be or bubble column water blocks shooting any spawns upward from the very start. They'll go up to the top, catch flowing water, move to a chute eventually, and then come down where we can process them and get tridents and lots of prismarine. No, not from that's from the Guardians. I guess we'll get copper and rotten flesh from these guys, which is fine. Let's just leave a little edge on one side of this so we can get back up to the top. So Dobby, what kind of games do you? I mean, I know Omni is so good about like just random, like a blend of just totally diverse games. Out of like he's got. Last night it was Baldur's Gate, or 2 nights ago. Last night it was Sims 4. So it kind of the extreme, right? Sometimes it's horror or puzzle games or that. What kind of games do you personally like to play? What's your kind of go-tos? You got some big hitters, not necessarily for streaming or anything, but just what kind of stuff do you enjoy? We got a lot of folks over here that are big Stardew Valley. I love that game, and I am pretty sure, if I remember correctly, that was where Omni first came and hung out. He was checking out some Stardew, and Jenny here, of course, big Stardew fan, often got a game up as we're playing, and that community has stuck around and been integral and awesome. So that's a good one. We've done some Stardew and stuff over here. Stardew, that's what I'm talking about. We've done some Skyrim over here as well, and I've been seeing. I'm kind of in that zone because I've been playing on my PlayStation a little bit, not our Stream World, which we've kind of let go for a bit. We'll get back to it at some point, I'm sure, just like everything. But probably on just like a rotational basis or something. I do very much love that game too. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, so Saturday I think was the concert day, and on Friday and Saturday, like with streams up or whatever, I was watching. I was doing digital jigsaw puzzles. Oh my god, talk about a suck in! Like it would be awful for stream, um, but so it's first of all, you got to know, Midwest United States, long winters. That's the family deal, right? Like you watching some sport or whatever on TV, or just hanging out as a family. Although honestly, there was usually something on TV, right? We're not just like yeah, just locked in puzzle. Although at times, um, but we had lots of jigsaw puzzle, right? That was a good one, and I think it's a good mental activity, right? Pattern recognition and uh, persistence, a little continuity to keep you engaged and going. Um, so I find that they're like digital jigsaw puzzles. Some of them can be very very tough, right? Like yeah, all blue and all that, but there are tricks, right? For the most part, at least in what I've seen, the pieces don't rotate in the deal. Um, which is a huge advantage compared to getting a box of puzzle pieces, dumping it out, searching for the edges, and trying to figure out, all right, what are we doing, right? So you have one big advantage there, and the other big advantage is if you're sorting by light colors and just kind of like stacking them on the digital tabletop or whatever whatever the game has. Um, when there is a match, they'll just kind of they'll snap to each other, so you can end up with a bunch of freebie stuff that you don't actually have to work on, which is kind of nice, actually. Um, but so yeah, I've done some of that of late. Again, it's about the stuff that you can have on in the background and be interacting with other folks and still having a good time. Love a jigsaw, yeah, so many, and generally speaking, not much that really deters. I have one here with me now that I have not finished, and it's not up, right. I think in fact, I know. I didn't leave like any pieces connected or anything like that. I just broke it all down and threw it away. And it was I think I had it before the pandemic, but kind of threw it down in the midst and was like, all right, here we go. And I think it's a 3,000 piece puzzle, and it basically is a bigger one as I can accommodate here. And it's beautiful. It is fall trees around the. I'm going to slaughter it, so apologies to any of our German-speaking friends. Neuschwanstein Castle. You guys all would know it if pressed. It's like the fairy tale castle in the Bavarian Alps-ish, and it's beautiful. But the tree, like I got the sky. The sky was a sunset, so all kinds of pinks and golds and yellows and all that kind of stuff. Clouds and various colored trees, but there were like two opposing sides of basically mostly green but with touches of color trees, and equally distant and kind of fuzzy that you had no real detail to work out of. Small piece, and at the end it was like a third that was split on these two different sides, and I could, like Jenny there in the chat. Halo and God of War, two games. I didn't really play either, but I know Halo. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering when's the next flavor of that coming. All right, it feels due. And God of War, seen a little of it, but again, not when I play. I just kind of I have to pick and choose how many and what I can actually have copies of myself, right? I've got. Generally speaking, I will look for either stuff in a series that I know I'm gonna enjoy, or stuff that I've seen and have pretty high confidence that it's gonna have really good replayability. And of all games, personally, I think Minecraft has the highest replayability of anything out there. Only, it's a sandbox, right? It's got adventure and all that built in. So many different parts to it, but while it can, obviously today's kind of grindy, right? And that's by choice, right? You can mod Minecraft up so you don't have to do nearly as much as you can play in creative mode and you don't have to do any of this. For me, that takes a big layer away. It's got to be hardcore. I've got to have the world at risk while I'm doing any of this, and I got to go get the stuff that I want to do. But if I do all that, then when I build the cool stuff, I'm totally delighted with it. And if I can survive long enough to get to this kind of point, each of those is a cool milestone. And then the others, Stardew Valley, super, super replayable, at least for me. Um, Playing different characters, different farm layouts, and all that. It's got enough of that to keep me engaged. Um, Skyrim, I like going deep in that game so much that I've never really gotten through it. But the depth of the books and the scope of the world and all that, amazing. And basically, if you get a Bethesda title, I'm gonna give it a whirl. See, but I'm beginning to get the itch a little bit for whatever the hammer fell, whatever the next Elder Scrolls, which is Skyrim game from Bethesda. That's the one there that's next. But their next full body release is starting to get teaser trailer videos and all that. Doesn't mean it's coming anytime imminently, but it's fun to watch for and get excited about. But yeah, this Jigsaw, right? Yeah, back to it. And it was seriously, I could sit there and, sit down, just work in pieces and go for a couple hours and have maybe a half dozen just pieces put together, whether into the existing framework of the puzzle or anything else. And that's, again, shape, color, sorting into relative like colors and trying to look for the oddities, the little angle or something on the pieces. Tough. The kind of stuff you normally do with like sky or water, right? It's like, man, you really can't tell much, but usually even with sky, you can get a little light to dark gradient to help you at least go, okay, this is going to go in the upper left or this is going to go in the lower right, that kind of stuff. I see you, Creeper, and I'd prefer to do our dance tomorrow. Maybe we'll do our dance right now. As long as you aren't near my bed. I don't know what Creeper Blast does to terracotta. I'm a little afraid. I think it may make clay balls. I don't know that for sure. Sorry, bed. I know I chopped you with my sword. That was kind of rude, I guess, but... Oh... We really don't need 3 double chests of this, or 3 shulkers of this, do we? If we get 1, that could take up... What, there's 27... So we could get 6... No, is that even right? 4... It's 7, 8 stacks around 1 die. So that would get us 3. Which would be a whole lot. Let's not discount. All of a sudden, this is no longer just the featured block. It is like big sections. To spare us having to make a ton of concrete. How we doing? I'm talking myself into something here. Am I going to regret it? That's a shulker. So, again, you put a die there, right? Move that one over. You put a die there, move that one over. And you put a die there. You got 3 extra blocks and 3 of these stacks all converted to black. Then you cook all those. That's quite a bit. 'Cause remember, I'm saying vertically, we got to go all the way around and have basically a stack's worth vertically. Oh, I got the welcome to the chat room again. My drop frames didn't go up that time. Hope you guys are all still here. Chat, let me know if we blipped, right? Not that I can do much about it, but it looks like we're still good. And if it's a VOD break, I hope you guys stick around or go back and check out Part 8. We've done a lot today. If you like squid hunting and turtle raising, you're going to be in heaven. Should we even bother with another layer? Let's just go back. Let's go back. We've done very well. This is a good start. Cool, Dobby. Well, you didn't like have a hit or a glitch or anything in the stream, right? Usually it recovers very quickly, but sometimes either on my end or the Twitch end, it'll break just enough to. Oh, look at that knockback. Bonk. You gonna cook? There we go. I think we already dealt with the banner guy out of that crew, right? Cool. All right, so we'll go back home. We'll go to the lake. We'll check out all the stuff there. Kind of do a mini tour because honestly I have no idea if you're even interested. I mean, if you just want to hang out for the chat, but I'm so happy in this world and proud of what we've gotten done so far. Oh, we got the wrong boots on. Damn it. See, I got too excited. Also, what? Oh, shoot. Did I leave those? What is... See, I'm too excited. I got company. Oh, come on, man. There. You go back into your spot. Try not to walk on that again. Can't believe I left all our stuff. Oh, so you never have quite enough time to drink coffee when you're there. All right, so Gold Hat keeps the piglins off of us, and Frostwalker on our boots keeps us from burning our feet in there. I will leave. We're going to pick that up and move this. We like to keep a little surplus, but this seems like a spot where we're going to be back and forth quite a bit. Alright, so now we shouldn't have to worry about enemies. We did a lot of work on the tunnel here on the way out, so I'm just going to leave this last little section. We'll finish that up on a future trip. We've done quite a bit. That can go. And I guess these can go. This is only 3 high. Little extra XP. I could, I guess, put the pick in my offhand as we go, but we'll just go to the creepers and clean it up. It'll be fine. If we don't just get it out of cooking or dyeing terracotta, I don't know. There's some of the tealy stuff. Oh, look at them. They're like, no, we don't want to look at you. We're sorry. We're gonna get out of the way. Do these. They're quick. There we go. Fortress. Again, this is the area where we come for ancient debris for our netherite right there. To the right. And this is where I need to watch out for hoglins, because they don't care if we're wearing gold either. I should clear those. Someday we'll bring a hoe with us. That's the best block for breaking those. You guys are kind of a roadblock here. I don't want to accidentally bump them while I'm hopping. That can kick me off into the lava. Not that I would expect any real damage from it or anything, but it would be a nuisance and slow us down. I assume that was the kid upstairs. I heard another rumble, but I don't think that one was thunder. Yeah, earlier in the stream, we had the door open. And I've got a upstairs neighbor that has a like a toddler, and often I wonder how much of the, you'll hear like a thump, and then all of a sudden just the wailing of a child that's bumped their knee or whatever. And I often wonder how much of that gets through. And I often open the door if there's a thunderstorm or whatever. I'll be like, oh yeah, let's get the natural sounds into the stream. And whenever I look over at the mic, it's like, nope, none of that gets through. But when the door's open and the kid's out on the balcony, that definitely was coming through. So kind of fun. It's cool. I think that's a great way when your kids are young to get them used to lightning and thunder and all that. If you can do it safely, right? Don't terrorize them or anything. But if you can let them hang out with you and watch a storm and kind of show them that you think it can be beautiful in its own way, right? That can be a big boost to their confidence and stuff when, at least where I grew up, we had tornado sirens and all that kind of stuff. And those can be very scary for children because, they see on the news and stuff when a house gets blown up or kind of imploded is what actually happens. It can be real scary. And at least the thunderstorms and all that helps a little bit. This is going to sound awful. This is why I'm not a parent, by the way. I guess I'm not a parent because I haven't actually had any children. But why I would be a little terrified of, I think I'm a much better uncle than an actual responsible parent, is I kind of liken that to like raising a puppy, right? When they're puppies, the more you can get them acclimated to different situations, right? Take them to a pub or a restaurant or a bar that's pet friendly. Take them into shops and at parks and every kind of experience early on when they're totally queuing off of you much more than when they're a larger adult dog and they're just like, oh yeah, I'm good, whatever. Because then they'll come in and try to decide for themselves whether it's threatening or not. And if they're hearing new sounds or encountering different types of animals or whatever, that it can create a different reaction. I think as much as we hold ourselves aloft as people, rightly so, we do well to consider those kind of things for ourselves. And that goes. It doesn't stop when you're a kid, right? I often talk about how my irrational freak out animal is the snake, right? Some people it's spiders, some people it's centipedes, whatever, bees, wasps, or hornets, or whatever. Whatever yours is, you probably appreciate. It's not really justified to be as kind of cringy or chills down your spine reaction-y type stuff as you actually experience getting when you encounter whatever that is. For me, again, snakes. And I'm a guy that loves nature. I love hiking. I love getting to be out and see even snakes, those types of animals that give me the willies. I want to see them in part because I know the more interactions I have with them, the more you can fall back on that as the irrational fear is hitting you. Like, okay, it's gonna be cool. Like, I know what they're doing now. Um, but yeah, that's mine. And like for me, I spent not that I was ever terrified of storms too much. I mean, I'm sure as a little kid, right? You know, it gets to be a really bad thunderstorm. You get a little panicked. And I'm sure there were stormy nights and stuff. I don't recall any specifically as a kid when mom, dad, oh. But as a young adult, when I was in my high school and college years, my summer job was selling produce and flowers and all that kind of stuff in a store like mall parking lot. And I basically got to spend the entire summer out with like a little plasticky greenhouse and a little gazebo thing that we sold out of, and then the greenhouse for the plants and storage and all that. But we would be there for every bit of weather. Lex is back. What's up, Lexi? No animal scares, really? That's good. Maybe you just haven't found it yet. Or maybe it's a thing, maybe it's something else, right? I think we've all got something that again, it's not that I'm academically afraid. I recognize what niche the snake holds in the environment, especially out here where I am, where it's not like Scash, right? We don't have the complement of Australian kill you snakes. We just got Western Diamondback rattlers here as the real one you got to watch out for in any numbers. But we do have them, and you gotta respect them in their place. But they're not looking to eat me. I know that, right? I know they're much more interested in the mice and the other stuff that I would consider nuisance animals if I had to deal with them myself. They want to eat those for me and take care of it. They're trying to be solid members of the community, and I still, if I walk around a rock in a trail and I see one, and it's all coiled up and hissing, right? Whether it's a bull snake or a rattler, either one, when they're there and popping at you, it is cringy. But I remember, hikes with my niece when she was just a little, well, not that little, but fairly young girl. And we'd be going along, and she'd be like, "Oh, cool, let's go check out that snake." And I'm like, "Oh, if that snake bites you, I'm in so much trouble, and I don't want to touch it." Like, it's awful. Um, so yeah, I don't know. People, yeah, yeah. People can be the scariest animal, can't they? That's pretty well said, Dobby. But generally speaking, and like I've said several times of late, I've had in my own awareness more social anxiety type stuff since the pandemic than I ever like. I guess I don't get overly deeply connected to people. If I got people issues, it's with uh, the better the more harsh it's going to be if trusts get betrayed and that kind of stuff. That would be more my hang-uppy type stuff when it comes to people. But generally speaking, crowds and all that. Just the other night when we were doing the live music thing that I was talking about, I was joking. It's half joking, right? I was like, because we were four of us Ubering down to the pizza place and all that, where we were hanging out before the show and meeting with our friends and all that. And I kind of laughed. I was like, well, because there's a road in that goes through Denver that is called, it's Colfax. And it goes from basically the edge of the mountains all the way out east, and anybody who's flown through Colorado in the last 30 years knows from the new airport. The airport is not close to the city. It's way out east on the plains. You can see the mountains in the distance, but it's like, oh, okay, that's over there then. Um, the road goes that far. They run a marathon that doesn't turn. It's called the Colfax Marathon. They run it, obviously, it's like any other marathon. They run it every year. And you start at one end and you just go 26.2 miles straight down the road, and it goes right through the heart of Denver. And it connects all these various places. And we were doing the live music and the first Nuggets game that one night. And I guess we'll take these. I just kind of joked. I was like, well, hey, if we're not good to drive back tonight, we can all just start walking, and as a group, we can end up at the far end, ready to go for our event the next night. And they were all like, ha, 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 that's insane. And I'm like, you guys know me. You know, don't challenge me with a good time, because I'll just go walking through a night. And through, and this like street, as it goes that far, it goes through sketchy parts of town. It goes through very nice parts of town. It's got everything on it, right? And I love that. And I love, especially in the height of summer, um, ending up on a long walk back from a bar or something. Usually some night, when I've had a few drinks to get going, and it would be an Uber, whatever back, and usually it kind of spontaneously happens where it's like, oh, it's going to be, it's surge pricing, or it's going to be a super long wait to get a ride. It's a beautiful night. I'll just start walking, and my normal range for something like that is probably 8-10 miles or something like that. Normally don't go from the far side of anything, but it can be a wonderful way to get around and see familiar sights in a very different, literally lack of light, I guess. I was going to say seeing them in a different light, but nighttime. And going back to the people part, hey, Fed Up, it was great having you. Thanks so much for dropping in. I appreciate you. Hope the rest of your day, night goes awesome, and maybe we'll catch up in over in Omni's channel at some point tonight. All right. Did we make sticks? I know we put some upstairs with the lumber. Now we got arrows. All right, so that's an oddball. We got this little bit of sand. Where is the... Did I break? No, here it is. All right, that's good. We still got a few of those. Understandable. Attendance is never compulsory. I was just talking about my propensity to enjoy nighttime wanders or kind of spontaneous hikes in summertime. Urban hikes, right? Like through... If you've been out somewhere and the ride situation falls through or isn't working itself out just naturally, or it's just too nice to pass up, just start walking, right? Heading for home. And how while I will cringe and gasp and all that if I encounter a snake on a trail, people generally don't intimidate me too much. I'll have a heightened awareness of my surroundings if I happen to find myself going through sketchy areas, and while I would never say that this is like, oh, you'll be totally safe when you do this. You gotta live your life. You gotta live it on your terms and pick your battles and be comfortable in your surroundings, because certainly bad things can happen out there, right? You can't make a failing of trusting everyone all the time. There are bad people out there, and there's bad results that can happen from being careless. That being said, I generally find that people surprise me with their goodness, even when it's a sketchy situation, right? Like you see the homeless person on the street, and they got their shopping cart and all that. That can be intimidating, or if they're moving along. But in my experience, if you go up and acknowledge them first, they're so used to being kind of ignored, right? And I'm sure we've all done it. Um, I don't. I don't know how much of this spreads outside the United States, but you get panhandlers, right? Beggars, effectively, and they're gonna accost you. Hey, you got some spare change or any of that? Which, honestly, like, how much cash and or change does anybody have to give to anybody these days? Not out of greediness, but just, you got a card. Like, there's so few places now that want to give out cash change for, hey, I got a 20 and it costs 15. They're like, well, we need exact change. So you end up using a debit card even when you didn't plan to, right? All right, let's get back into our right stuff. Let's put this stuff away. Let's put the boat back in the water. Now that I've carried it all over the place. But yeah, again, I think those people are so used to, whether it's just a metaphorical or not, they're so used to being overlooked that even if you're walking through kind of the sketchier part of town, or you find yourself in that, just being a human being and giving them enough human courtesy to walk up and be like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? They may still ask you for stuff, but you're like, I'm sorry, I don't have anything, and just passing through, but have a good night, that kind of stuff. You'll usually get a smile back, but again, that doesn't mean that bad things can't happen, right? So always keep your own comfort up. Sometimes it's rewarding to test the preconceptions, I think, that we have going into those. Again, random deviation from snakes, I guess. There you go, though. If you haven't already, Jenny, have a restful, good night's sleep. Hope to see you back soon. Appreciate you dropping by and hanging out for as long as you did in this stuff. Always got the spot for you here. Do we go fix the pick? Let's try to make some of this terracotta first, right? Let's try to see if we can figure out where we put all this stuff. Lime box for the dye. So if I do this, and then I'm just going to do it right here. Oh, there you are. Oh, hey. Yeah. Get some rest. I know that's easier said than done sometimes, but yeah, good job. Bonk. Black terracotta. Here we go. It doesn't look quite as black as the concrete. And now, it would be awesome if this worked, but I don't think it's going to. It can't do it. So we've got to switch this out. Oh my god, that's gonna take so many trips. We still got to get the hopper and then the furnace. Then we can begin our cook. That must have been the one I emptied for the cooking in the first place. All right, zoop. Nope. Zoop. Oh, dang it. Dang it, get up there. And then these, and then that, and then that, that, and that. Whew. Grind. So this is this is gonna be a lot. I'm sure we're gonna look back on this like, why did we end up with so much? But if we can kind of change it to where we're using a bunch of these blocks, that will, it's at least 1-to-1 here, right? So that'll speed us up. So now we're going to do this. I'm not even going to forget this time. That. There. These are coming out right. Yeah, all right. So that's the one we want. It does make me kind of wonder what red terracotta looks like cooked, but I'm guessing the two wouldn't go together very well. Just in my experience. Although maybe they modified those textures. I remember it used to just be like, oh, they're hideous. So what we are doing is using up a bunch more than what I'd planned to have gone before we start concrete. And this is all the fault of that villager having offered to trade that stuff. So we could, let's take this back. I think we're good. We'll let all that cook. That's a lot. But we got a little bit of overflow here. We could make a half stack extra if we needed to. Which would turn back into the 4 when all is said and done, right? So we still have 2 each of concrete powder. Well, it would be good to get another stack, honestly. Because then we could go 4 black and 4 gray. But that would make a bunch too. And of course the big challenge here is we still need to get more red brick, and there's nothing to do for that except grow this nether wart as we go. All right. Science, right? I don't want to slow up our process, but we do have some red. I did not do that yet. So let's go upstairs right now. We'll glaze some of this and see what it ends up looking like at the end of the day. And that will pretty well wrap us up. We'll get we'll let these cook. We'll go back down, check on it. But I mean, basically that cooker we've now set up is good to go. So we'll probably make our way over to the creeper farm probably sooner rather than later. Although we can start making powder. I mean, obviously, even if we use a bunch of that glaze stuff, we're still going to need a bunch more gray and black concrete. So we've got gray. Black has been used more heavily. So we're going to do, let's just try to get those as close as we can to full with powder. So we want, I guess they're both over here, sand and gravel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, we could do this a lot more efficiently, I'm sure, but it's cool. This is just giving us cook time, right? So now, boop, 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 and boop, donk. And then, so close. If we do all that, I don't know. I just don't know. That, 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 that. And we have even more. I guess what we'll do is dump made concrete into the storage areas. Oh, I didn't get gravel. And keep the powder for processing, right? And then we'll just know we've got an overflow supply. But there's no point in doing too much of that too early. 3. There we go. And then let's go ahead. We'll do double of each. See where that ends up leaving us. Boom, 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 boom. That part goes so quick, doesn't it? It's amazing. All right, nice fit there. And then we just need to move one of these. I know we do have some in kind of the catch-all chest. Here. Ooh, getting hungry. Just had a belly rumble. It's about dinner time. It's a little after dinner time, frankly. I know, I eat early. What can I say? All right, one more of black ink. All right, so now we will have all that concrete, the powdered concrete to process, but compared to what we were dealing with the other day, that shit, I mean, I think did most of a double box, right? I don't know. We'll see. It will reset us very well. And again, we've got a few extra black and so just a handful of gray, but we'd like to fill these up with more of these. And more of these once we get there. All right, but for the moment, I don't have anything else here. This is not going to run while we're not here. These are not going to process, so we got to be in the area significantly, figure out other stuff to do. Maybe we start looking at prettying this up a little bit more. I don't know. You know, we can fortune some of this stuff, right? Whatever. There's not that much there, but just being in the area so that these guys can grow up, spread them over, get a bunch more, and use those on all these bricks to get that nice red brick color. Will set us up very well. I'm gonna get some more steak when we go upstairs, and then we will head for the creeper farm and repair up our pick with whatever might be there now, and then whatever we can remain to finish up as we get started tomorrow. Let's go ahead and sleep. And steak. I'm trying to remind myself here. Now we are pretty low here, but again, we can buy golden carrots now. We'll probably mix it up a little bit. We've done a lot of steak. We gotta get some nutrients out of other stuff. We're omnivores, not carnivores, right? But we had a pumpkin pie like 2 days ago. We had some pork as well as some beef. That at least mixes it up. All right. Should be a smooth sail here. We don't have to switch our gear. This is all half slabbed, so unspawnable. And pretty good for all that. I turned it the right one, but I had to think about it. Oh, dude. And I guess for anybody getting here late or just jumping ahead in the VOD, so this is our dark room creeper farm, right? And this is something to look at because we're going to do a lot similar over just over the way there, just out of view, where we're going to build the drowned farm in a similar style. So it's going to have a slightly smaller. It's going to be a 2-wide, 4-block drop chute. And this is going to be more rectangular. Basically, we'll hang out. Well, honestly, each of the sides is going to be almost that, like 7 wide, so it'll be a little more narrow, and then it will reach a little bit this way. Whichever, I don't know. And that will be the area that the drowned will be able to spawn in. They will ride bubble elevator columns up and get caught in water flow that will push them, basically if the center is aligned that way, it will push them across the top of the water, drop them in a chute down to spots like this, and they will both push towards the middle, where the drowned zombies will then shoot all the way down to the bottom. We'll use a water break so that they, like the creepers, just hang out there and we can chop them ourselves. And then we can alternate our starting and stopping places, where we hang out with the drowned or with the creepers. We love the creepers because they give us gunpowder, of course. So while we're getting all this XP to repair a pick, we're also getting TNT and rocket fuel. And that's pretty good stuff, right? good little batch there. By this time, most of them will have moved to the other side. But as you can see, it doesn't take us too much effort to get our pick back into shape. And that was from all that tunnel cleanup in the Nether. Okay, guys. We're a little short, but I think that's okay. This was a particularly grindy kind of process, but I think tomorrow we're going to have to do the powdered concrete, right? Hopefully that will get us a pretty good chunk of the nether wart grown fully, and we can switch that out. I hope that the furnace runs while we're working on all that. But we won't have to do squid, I don't think, unless we... At this point, if we need to do more squid, we're going to find out when we're building. We're going to take over what we've got. Hopefully between all the different colors and all that will be very close, if not complete, and can get it all squared away and ready to go. So that's the hope. I'm looking forward to more. I'm really looking forward to making sure that this farm goes. If this is just a wild hair, the worst thing that happens if it isn't working the way that I hope it will, we just remove the bubble columns, right? Take out all the soul sand at the bottom, and turn it back into regular water, and use the turtle eggs to move them of their own accord, so that they'll just voluntarily jump out of the water and into the edge. It's just a matter then of keeping the edges of the water contained, so they don't fall down with signs. So they can pass through, but the water can't. A little more tedious in that regard and a little less efficient. But this is assuming that drowned can spawn in upward flowing bubble columns, right? Because we're going to have the source blocks of the water. There will be bubbles flowing through them, but I believe that they will still spawn mobs in that process. So just like tropical fish showing up in our water elevators in ocean areas and stuff like that. I think it's going to be good, but we'll just have to figure that out for sure when it goes. So anyway, we got another batch maybe here. Let's see if we can get all the way done. And while we're doing that, I'm going to start thanking and shouting out. I appreciate all the folks so much. Welsh Jenny 84, thank you so much for coming. That does mean a lot. I know it doesn't for everybody, or I'm kind of talking between the lines there, but you're always welcome. And yeah, we're here. So then going outside of that, Israel is cool. Vlex Godzi and Fed Up Dobby. Did we have anybody else drive by? Vlex came in a couple times. I know some people were in and out. All the lurkers that were hanging out, I see you guys counted. I appreciate you. Remember, you can always follow and say what's up. I'd love to hear from you, especially when we're in these grindy things. Hey, you got something on your mind? As long as it's not insulting to the other chat or just trying to be edgy and toxic, that kind of stuff. Bring it. Well, I can always ramble about stuff, so come in. Say what's up, and I'd love to hear from you. For all you, wow, little burp. That's the end of the coffee. For all you VOD viewers over on the YouTube side, thank you guys as well. You're amazing, and your likes and comments are always greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, consider subscribing. That'll let you know when the next video's out. Thank you all. We'll be back again tomorrow. We'll start right here, chop up some more of those guys, get a little bit more XP going for the next whatever enchanting we need to do, and we'll go from there. So with that, we're going to save it, survive the day in the world. Didn't even pop a totem today. Yay. Hopefully we don't again. But yeah, so far, for the moment, undefeated, at least in this world. Guys, thanks again. Stay awesome out there. Keep your heads up, and know if you're slogging through it, keep slogging. It's gonna get better as you push through. So take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye now.